Okay, suppose for a large group of people, their systolic blood pressure rates are normally distributed with mean 120 and standard deviation 8. So we'll draw a bell curve that will represent the distribution of blood pressure for this population. So it's roughly normal, so we draw a bell curve. We're told the mean is 120, so we mark that in the center. And then we can mark a couple of standard deviations in each direction of the mean by adding 8 each time. So we get 128 and 136, and here we get 112 and 104. Okay, so we'd like to find the blood pressure for a person, find the z-score for a person whose blood pressure is 115. So we'll take their observed value, 115, we'll subtract off the mean, and then we'll divide by the standard deviation. So if you do that, you get a z-score of negative 0.625. So that means that person is about a little more than a half a standard deviation below the mean. Okay, so we can find 115 in the picture. Okay, and mark, if we'd like, the blood pressure rate of 115. So now we'd like to find the probability that a person's blood pressure reading will be less than 115. So in other words, I want to find this blue shaded area. Okay, there's two ways to do it. One is to use Table A and z-scores, and the other way is to use StatCrunch. I'll show you both ways. Okay, so if you have your z-score, which we do, we can just go to Table A, which is in StatCrunch, and it's also a piece of the table is right here. So if you look on the table and find a z-score of negative 0.63, let's say, we'll round. You go down on the table and look here, you'll see you have a negative 6.3. So your the shaded area will be 0.2643. Okay, so that's your answer. About 26% of people will have blood pressure less than 115. Okay, the second way to do this is just to have StatCrunch compute it for you. So if you go into Mini-tab and then select